As we close out one of the most difficult years in crypto's history, warnings about what's still to come are growing louder. A slew of hacks, fraud, and scandals have hit blockchain this year, and the worry is that unless we do something now, things are going to get worse. So, blockchain security. Is it worse than it's ever been? According to Chainalysis, hacks are set to hit an all-time high this year. High-profile victims include the Ronin chain, as well as the Wormhole and Nomad bridges, among a myriad of others. But vulnerabilities are everywhere, and those in the industry are worried. This has been a key focus here at Philippine Blockchain Week, where everyone has been talking about how to deal with it.
I think in the rush to market, a lot of projects were neglecting security, was neglecting audits, they were neglecting the basic fundamentals. So the big ones is stories that everybody knows, but what about the small ones and the thousands of small ones that got hacked as well, right? Which nobody knows at the moment. When it comes to Ronin's hack or any of the hacks that happen in the system, it actually tells that we need to have some sort of standards, guidelines, processes to be developed in the ecosystem.
The issue of regulation, though, is a thorny one, especially in the wake of FTX. Harpreet Singh is among those that believe crypto and blockchain should be able to self-regulate. That is, come up with their own way of dealing with issues around custody and vulnerabilities and find solutions that make sense for them. And some believe there's only one person who can lead this.
Steve is definitely the most influential person in the crypto space, and he's also very well-known figure about advocating the importance of security, right? So they showed their proof of result by disclosing the amount of total asset of each cryptocurrency, but it's not really related to the total liability they owe to these customers.
Whether proof of reserves is enough, though, is hotly contested. It doesn't necessarily mean exchanges are showing their liabilities as well as their reserves. But the issue of transparency is still at the heart of questions over security. As the Wall Street Journal highlighted in the aftermath of FTX, it has pros and cons. While people can see what's happening, it still has the potential to be destabilizing, and questions around blockchain security are ultimately brought back to the defining paradigm of 2022.
So in order to prevent the getting hacked from these incidents, the first and foremost thing you should do is to choose the right blockchain, which is decentralized as possible and which promotes the security as the most important thing. On the other hand, the ones that promote scalability, speed are the most important factor, and you should get away from it.
Decentralized exchanges are seen by many as the only way to secure your assets. Self-custody means you know where the money is sitting, and they promote transparency by letting people see transactions. Taking your security into your own hands, quite literally with your own keys to a hardware wallet, brings its own issues. And there's also another tricky problem that comes with DeFi protocols.
One way we build trust in the ecosystem that, hey, we're not trying to do anything fishy, or we will have the deposits, right? So something like FTX doesn't happen, right? We know that the deposits are safe over there. But on the other hand, the hacker can see that, oh, these are the code, and where can I find vulnerabilities in it, right? If the hacker is an ethical guy, he will actually inform them and fix it. But if the hacker is unethical guy, then he steals it.
DeFi can also limit technical vulnerabilities by delaying transactions. VPNs, burner wallets, and the like can additionally add layers of protection as well.
A lot of hackers use this kind of vulnerability and make a flash loan, taking loans in a millisecond, and that's the hack, essentially. So make the time longer between each transaction. That will prevent a lot of hacks from happening. And for the individual level, as a customer, I think the best way is to use the DeFi or DEX that's not using smart contract for like every aspect of the service.
While calls for a bigger shift towards decentralization continue to grow, however, centralized finance still looks likely to be dominant. JP Morgan said as much last month, pointing to an institutional need for the expediency that using CeFi brings. While delaying transactions could ultimately be safer, it's not what everyone wants.
DeFi is the future, right? We want a quick loan so we can do a quick trade and pay it back so we can actually do a quick market making opportunity. If the time is delayed, then what's the use of that loan, right? So we need to improve the security, so in this case, ensuring there's no attacks or there's nobody who's malicious in that system, right? So in this case, we have to invest more into secure systems.
DeFi also still has technical issues that mean that vulnerabilities will still continue to leave users exposed. There have been myriad hacks this year on decentralized exchanges, and many believe next year won't see enough progress to cut this down substantially. The safest solution,
I think customers have to stay away from DeFi until this kind of problem is resolved.
as we close out 2022, the conversations being had at places like Philippine Blockchain Week and throughout crypto have never been more important. To find out what's happening and why, like this video, subscribe to Forkast content and find out more. Let us know your thoughts as well in the comments and on social media.